I also covered the UK election in 2001 for Tony Blair, and I covered also the UK election in 2019. You will find in those places that they were always articulating policy, what can be done, what can be solved. I covered elections in UK in 2001. 2001. Then he says, I said 91. And then 91, there was no Metro TV. There was no Joe FM. There was no private radio. There was nothing. But I don't know. I'm not sure how they look at it. Play his sound again and go and tell him tomorrow morning that, hey, Chief. But all the people in his studio, nobody could tell him that, look at the guy's video. He didn't say that. He didn't say 91. Nobody could tell him that. I mean, if you can't do the work, do your own and let us do our own. Don't be in a hurry to come and do some of our work or to denigrate from our work, because we don't do the things you do. We don't sit down and insult people. We do well researched. So when I come and say something, it is correct. It's not wrong. So don't sit in your studio and try and make it wrong and only expose your ignorance and your lack of preparation before coming to a story. When you're a news reporter, you are trained that you have to be prepared before you come to a story. You don't come to a story with lack of preparation. So when the man says 2001, you say he said 91. Look, then go and tell him tomorrow morning. And these are the things he does, and then Kojuanka says he's suspended. These are the things he does. Play the man again. Play Captain Smart again.
Papa bi okroma oyen centroni na me pese mebu ne di oyen trofo chen obi a o se den o cover UK elections oboa time na 1991 UK for to aba na wadi mfie sen se o mfie sen cause o se on di 50 it take 1991 92 93 94 95 96 1991 ko abesi nne how many years pa chomo nya calculation ne mami. When you follow a liar, you become a liar. Principle of 2. 1991. ABC 2024. 33 years. Paul Adom is only 50. Now, 33 years, you know, when you take it, if you have Paul Adom is 50. 33 years. What is 33 50 Mugura?
I also covered the UK election in 2001 for Tony Blair, and I covered also the UK election in 2019. You will find in those places that they were always... What else can I say? I said it. I covered the election in 2001 for Tony Blair, and then he says that, oh my goodness. Our time is running. We have so much to do. Let's go to now this issue about covering the UK elections. First of all, show the photograph of myself and David Lammy. This is 2001 in covering the UK elections. I was detailed to be at a constituency called Tottenham Hill constituency, just next to Enfield Southgate. This is myself and David Lammy. David Lammy was the Labour parliamentary candidate for the constituency, and I was deployed there because this is a constituency that has Ghanaians and Jamaicans. So forget my big suit and all that. This is me in 2001 covering the UK election in 2001 for the BBC, and that's David Lammy. David Lammy later became a minister for education under Gordon Brown, and he visited Ghana. Of course, he had forgotten about this incident. So he visited Ghana, and the British High Commission thought he should come and have an interview on Good Evening Ghana. Whilst we were having an interview on Good Evening Ghana, I reminded him that I had covered the UK election with him in 2001 when he was running for the first time as parliamentary candidate for Labour. This is that experience back at Good Evening Ghana sometime in 2010. Have a look.
We have David Lammy. David Lammy is Member of Parliament, MP, as they say in UK, right? Honourable David Lammy is MP for Tottenham. And Tottenham, those of you who've been to London so many times know that there's a big community that people in Ghana have interest. So I'll be talking to David Lammy tonight about Tottenham and about why he's in Ghana. He's the minister, if you like, we say minister in Ghana. He's a minister responsible for higher education in the United Kingdom. And he's been here on some official assignments. He's been to the University of Ghana, and he's been having some discussions with the Ministry of Education. So I'll let him talk about that. Salami, welcome.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. You look very different from 9 years ago when I saw you. And I'd like viewers to see this. Can we see the photograph? You know, I was in London at that time, working for the BBC, and David was competing for the Tottenham seat. He was already in there. He was competing for another term. And I encountered him, so we had a discussion. Well, the scan It should be coming up now. The photographs of David and I. Can you put it on as soon as you can, please? Anyway, David, welcome to Ghana. What brings you to Ghana, by the way?
Well, you're right. Things have changed.
Okay, that's it. So it's on your left is Paul Adom, and on your right is David Lammy, MP Tottenham. Wow. I was picking an interview with him. There you see it again. David and I, back in the day. Well, he was higher than I am, and he's still higher, actually. He's in the Commons. So that's David Lammy. He's done very well. He's represented black people effectively. If you look at his website, you see what he's doing for the community, for football people, for schools, and he has a passion for higher education. He had a passion for culture. He did a lot with culture under Tony Blair's administration. So that's David Lammy and I back in the day. It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Great to be here.
What are you doing in Ghana?
Well, I'm in Ghana because Ghana is such an important country. It's an important country, of course, in relation to Tottenham, and I am so grateful.
So please, tomorrow morning, tell Opana that I really did cover the elections in UK in 2001. And in Ghana, I didn't say 1992. I said 1998, the MPP contest. And I've covered 98 election in MPP, 2000, the national election, 2001, the UK election, 2002, the internal NDC contest, 2004, the presidential election, 2010, the contest between Professor Mills, Spielgaber, and Ediana, and Akufo-Addo, and Alan Martin, 2012 election, 2016, 20 now, and then 24 coming. I have never seen an African politician